The woman is cleaning the bottle she found outside. The next moment, a huge cloud of colored smoke erupted from the bottle. Looking at the huge hand in front of her, Xiao Mei was frozen in fear. He then went into the living room, putting on his own glasses, seeing a giant appear in front of him. The whole living room was bursting at the seams. It turned out that the giant was a genie. He thanked Mei for letting him out, and promised Mei 3 wishes to repay Mei. Faced with the sudden surprise, he didn't know what to wish for. He could only say that he would think about it. At that moment, there was a knock at the door. It was a breakfast delivery from the hotel staff. When Xiao Mei took the breakfast, the genie had disappeared. He had transformed himself into. He was the same size as a human. He brought the breakfast to Mei himself. He only wanted Mei to make a wish, so that he could be free, but Mei said she didn't wish for anything now. Instead, she was interested in elves. She was very interested in the seal. The genie had to tell her story. 3,000 years ago, ancient Greek elves were always with the queen. She was a great admirer of the queen, and they were very happy together, until the day when the king of another country came, just to play a song for the queen. The genie saw the queen gagging. He knew that the queen had fallen in love with him. The genie told the queen not to be fooled by the king, but the queen, who was in love. But the queen was too in love to listen. In the end, the queen couldn't stand the loneliness. She fell in love with the king. The elf looked on and saw what was happening. The king knew that the genie had been displeased with him, so he took out an enchanted bottle, and sealed the genie in it, and threw him into the sea, and the queen did not intercede for him. The king let the genie have his way, and so the genie remained sealed under the sea, sealed for over 2,000 years. He cried out in his bottle in anger, but there was no answer, until a fisherman, while fishing, and salvaged the bottle. But too much time had passed. The fisherman threw it aside as a stone, and then it was used as a brick to build a wall. One day a girl climbed up the wall to spy on the prince, and accidentally found the bronze bottle. The girl opens the bottle, scared out of her wits by the sudden appearance of a genie. When the girl woke up, she made her first wish, that the prince would fall in love with her. Soon the prince and the girl were together. The genie asked the girl to put the vase under the slab. Soon the girl made a second wish, that she might conceive a boy, but it wasn't long before the prince failed to fight for the throne. He was eventually executed, and the girl was not spared. The genie wanted him to make his wish quickly, but the girl didn't believe the prince was dead. When the soldiers took him away, still hadn't made a third wish. The soldiers threw the girl into the sea, but the girl hadn't made a wish. The genie couldn't save him. In the end, the genie couldn't wait for the third wish, lost his freedom. Another 200 years passed. A woman walked in here. He accidentally slipped on his foot. He sat on his bottom and shattered the floor. And the genie reappeared. He asks the woman to make a wish. And the first thing the woman wished for, was for the genie to go back to where he came from. And so the genie sank once more to the bottom of the sea. Another 100 years passed. The girl found drugs in the belly of the fish. He made a wish to the genie. He wished for all the knowledge in the world. The genie granted the girl her wish. Slowly the two got along. The genie fell in love with the girl. She now fears freedom, fearing that the girl would make a third wish. When the girl was about to make her last wish, the genie stopped her. This made the girl very unhappy, feeling that the genie had imprisoned her. To keep the girl from feeling bad, she hid in the new bottle the girl had given her. But the girl made one last wish. She wished she could forget the genie. In the end, Mei found it. After hearing the genie's story, Mei was blown away. She was captivated by the genie, so Mei made her first wish, that she might be loved by a genie. The genie granted her wish. The two were as close as husband and wife. Mei found a new bottle for the genie. She wanted the genie to stay here. From then on, Xiao Mei went home every day after work, because there was someone he loved waiting for her at home. There was always something to talk about. They couldn't stop talking. Mei thought it could go on forever, until the day she came home as usual. But there was no genie at home. He searched the house but couldn't find him. Instead, he found the genie in the basement. At that moment he was covered in ashes. When Mei called out to him, the genie woke up, but the elf had said he wouldn't sleep. How could he be asleep now? It turned out that there were noises around him, and the ever-present electromagnetic waves were tormenting him deeply. Then Mei realized he had made the wrong wish, so he made a second wish. He wished that the genie would do what he wanted to do, to live for himself. Just as Mei finished his wish, the bottle with the genie broke, and Mei laughed, because then the genie got the freedom she wanted. At night Mei lay in the elf's arms. They both waited for their final goodbyes. The next day, Mei stored the elf's things in the basement, the memories of their relationship. Xiao Mei writes them down in her notebook. Mei got up to go home. Suddenly she stops. She looks back. The genie was coming towards her, and in the end, the lovers were together. Mei waits for the one she loves. And that's the end of the film. The film 3,000 Years of Longing. The elves have spent 3,000 years witnessing the lust, hatred and greed of humans. At the end of the story will still be in love, freedom and sacrifice. Love is the highest faith. The elves learn to love and are freed.